So far in 2024, the whole music scene really just got overshadowed by the whole Kendrick and Drake beef. But underneath all of that, so many good projects have dropped. And although the big three in hip hop, Kendrick, Drake, and J. Cole, have not dropped albums this year, we've gotten plenty of great stuff to listen to. And I decided it would only be right for me to give y'all some of the best projects that have dropped so far this year. Just for a couple disclaimers, I do plan on dropping, another album list at the end of the year, encapsulating the entire year, because I know a lot of other great stuff is going to drop very soon, actually. Another thing, this list is going to be pretty fluid. I mean, things are bound to change the longer I sit with albums and, as time progresses throughout the year. Some stuff is just going to age better than other things. So, I mean, by the end of the year, when I do this thing again, list is more likely going to look different, just based off of the albums that are here right now. Spoiler alert, a couple albums that didn't make this list, like K-Tronada's album or Childish Gambino's first drop of this year, and Will Smith's album didn't make it onto here. But they're still really good projects, and I do see myself going back to them even more, and, things are going to change. But enough of the yapping. Number 10 on this list is going to be Dead Stock by Devon Malik.
Push come to shove, either got it or you don't. I done knocked it down like 3 times 4.
Now I know smooth 90% of the viewers that are gonna stumble across this video are like, who the hell's Devon Malik? And I didn't know either. And I still kind of don't know, to be honest with you. What I do know is he's a TDE affiliate. He was on Schoolboy Q's most recent project, and I decided on a whim, I saw him drop towards the end of June, and I decided to just click on it one day. And it was one of the best decisions I've made in a minute. Hearing this project kind of gave me the same feeling of the first time that I listened to a Baby Keem project, because they do kind of share some similarities. They do share a similar voice inflection with the raps, as well as the really fun and eccentric bars that they have. And I just love that kind of sound. Baby Keem's more often than not in like my top stream artists at the end of the year. And he's also very similar to Baby Keem in the real punchy and unique production that he's normally on. And you get a lot of that in this project, and that's just stuff that I like. And ultimately, I think he is oozing potential. As great as his project is, I'm sure as time progresses, he's going to be dropping better things. And I'm excited for that. But enough about that. The next artist is a bit more familiar, and I'm giving that number 9 spot to Hardstone Psycho by Toliver. Based off of the reviews and reactions that I've seen online so far for this album, it seems to be pretty polarizing. I see a lot of people who really love this album, and some people who are saying it's his best, and some people calling it mid. One critique that I saw, which I do also agree with, I kind of wish he delved more into the rock inspired aspect, kind of like the way he did with the song Tore Up, because Tore Up is fucking amazing. But even outside of that, Toliver does still show up as far as entertainment and vocals go, and I mean, you can't go wrong with that. Production was vibey, and it had some dope samples, and I don't think any of the features really missed. I know some people wanted the Tizo touchdown verse on the song that he was on, and I mean, I did too, but Tizo's, he did his job. It worked. It was great. It was a great song. And another album this year that had a lot of great features on it has to be We Don't Trust You by Future and Metro Boomin.
Run through crew type shit. I got a bad bitch at home, voodoo type shit.
It is a shame that even though Like That was such a great song, it really did overshadow a lot of the other amazing songs that are on this project. And it was annoying seeing people claim that, oh, Like That only went number 1 because Kendrick was dissing on it, as if Kendrick Lamar, Future, and Metro Boomin all on the same song wasn't gonna go number 1 regardless of what they were talking about. The beef's over. Anyway, Future and Metro Boomin are one of modern hip-hop's best duos, and probably one of the best duos in hip-hop history if we gonna keep it a buck. And I feel like it doesn't get brought up enough that I feel like this album has a song for almost any situation. You got your more introspective tracks like what's it called, I'm blanking, Running Out of Time. You got your club bangers like Fried. They was playing that in the club when I was in Charlotte. Had a lot of fun out there. You're just straight up bangers like that and type shit. And lastly, if we're going to talk about this project, we can't ignore the big cultural impact that it had, because it did sort of kickstart the whole Kendrick and Drake war at the end of the day. But rap and hip hop ain't the only stuff I listen to. And this next spot, number 7, is a R&B project by none other than Lucky Daye with his new album. I know I did a top album list for either 2022 or 2023. I can't really remember. I just know that I had Lucky Daye at a top 5 spot with his album Candy Drip. And this album rivals it pretty well. And I do see it moving up later in the future. I just haven't sat with the album that long. I can also comfortably say that he has some of, if not the best vocals in the male R&B sphere. But this next album is going to be another hip-hop album because, you know, that's the majority of what I listen to. And when it comes to hip-hop, this dude, he's one of the greatest to ever do it. It's Lupe Fiasco with his most recent album, Samurai.
We be coolin', jump back in the poolin', just the Samurai, how you doing?
I can very confidently say that Lupe Fiasco is one of the best, if not the best lyricist to ever do it. And naturally, we know that going into a Lupe Fiasco album because he's always going to provide that. But what made this album different was 2 main points that made me put this album so high. One, that I really enjoyed the production on this album more than I have enjoyed production on some of his previous works, which just makes it a lot more palatable, which is one of the bigger issues with Lupe Fiasco that I've had. And 2, the fact that this was an 8-track album, which is something that we just don't get that much nowadays. And I appreciate short albums because of all that streaming bullshit that these artists be doing. That's another topic. But now we are in the top 5, and that 5th spot is going to Rich Ass Haitian by Mach-Hommy. Mach-Hommy? I don't know.
It's a certain type of nigga outside making mounds out of molehills. Lay a nigga down like $1,000 soul and lay a nigga down like I keep a Swiss miss with me.
Not only do I not know how to pronounce his name properly, most people really don't know much about him, like, at all. Like, he hasn't even shown his face to the public yet. He is one of the early founders of the music collective Griselda, and he does still share an affiliation with them, even though he fell out with Westside Gunn a few years back, but they've reconciled since then. Regardless, this dude is one of hip-hop's best kept secrets. He almost sounds like a Haitian Mos Def over just some cocaine level production. You know what I'm saying? So if you do like that Griselda style of sound when it comes to music, and you like rappers who can just flow with the best of them, this is the album for you. Number 4 spot, I'm giving it to none other than Schoolboy Q with the album Blue Lips.
Like damn, why I get a bitch like Aaron? I'm a drop top nigga, the sun won't burn when it lit like white, but the stripes ain't earned.
Arguably his most mature project, and I would also say that he succeeds with the versatility that he's attempted at in other projects. He did it best on this one. Accompanying that with the great production, the great features that he had, and a lot of the West Coast representation that he had on this album, I'm very satisfied with it. And I honestly, it was sitting at the number 1 spot for quite some time this year. And even now, I would say that it's really interchangeable with the next 3 albums that I'm going to say. And that number 3 spot is going to be Dark Times by Vince Staples.
Shame on the devil and touched by an angel alone, made me special.
This album was just Vince doing what Vince does best and just giving you the top tier, melancholic, sad nigga raps. And I mean like Earl Sweatshirt sad nigga raps, not like Rod Wave Juice WRLD sad nigga raps. Outside of that, there isn't really much to say about this project. It's a smooth, concise, short listen. It's under an hour. I'm like 90% sure. And I'm gonna go on a limb and saying, like, adding this to his discography is putting him on that trajectory to be one of the greatest to ever do it. You heard it here first. Number 2 is another album that isn't hip-hop. Oh my god, wow, he's black and listens to other stuff. It's Hit Me Hard and Soft by Billie Eilish.
Open up the door, can you open up the door?
Not much to say again. It's another Billie Eilish project, and her voice is angelic, and I like her lyricism, and I'm gonna shoot my shot at her one day. And if you saw my video last month, you can pretty much tell what this next album is going to be. The number 1 spot is Why Lord by No Worries. Everything that I said in the video still rings true, and the album has great replayability, which has had me go back to it over and over from start to finish. I had to write this one down because bro was spitting. Bro said, "You said you needed peace, then spent the week in Greece. Phone off, you said you was asleep. I know you was getting your cheeks beat, bitch." But that's going to wrap up my list. And I know that there is a lot of projects that didn't make the cut. And I mean, I know I'm more likely gonna hear about it in the comments, and I hope I do. I want y'all to tell me what I missed out on, maybe some stuff that I didn't hear and I should check out. So just let me know. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, leave a like and subscribe for more of the good, great content that I'm gonna keep dropping this month. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's about it. Love y'all. Outro.
Two things I ain't ever seen. A nigga that beat a gun and bitch I need